chapter 8 of Proverbs. Let's see if my daughter will come back again. Alright. And what I'm doing is, I'm reading it from the tablet. I can pretty much kind of see it a whole lot better because I adjust the letters. Turn this white down. Okay, I'm gonna start reading Proverbs chapter 18, and it reads like this. Verse 1. Proverbs 18, verse 1. And it says, a man who separates himself seeks to fulfill his own desire. He bursts out against all wisdom. And it's a little passage right here that it tells about verse 1. It said, a man who is interested only in his own advantage will not be likely to form true, close friendship. Hmm. Yeah, I can kind of see myself in there. As far as like, um, I don't just, well, I used to like just kind of like try to just be off to myself all the time. But, you know, I don't know. But I can kind of understand where it says about the um, will not be likely to form true and close friendships. That's because you're not making room um, for you to gain that true friendship or true, you know, um, relationship as far as being with someone to say, friend. But you have to be so careful of who you call friend because you might be their friend, but they might not be your friend, you know, and they might not even consider you as a friend, but you consider them as a friend. So, okay, Proverbs 18 and 2. It says, a fool has no delight in understanding, but only in displaying his own heart. verse 3. Verse 3 of 18, Proverbs 18. It says, comes, when the wicked comes, contempt also comes, and with disgrace comes reproach. So that was 3. I'm going to read 4. It says, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters, and the fountain of wisdom is a flowing brook. I'm going to read that again. It says, verse 4, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters, and the fountain of wisdom is a flowing brook. So I'm on, okay, this is a little passage uh, about 18 and 4. It says, who can tell what stranger, what strange, what strange things may lurk in the unseen depths of men's sinful hearts? On the other hand, true wisdom is always springing up with new, sparkling, clean water, becoming a flowing stream, producing life wherever it flows. And that's a little reference from 18 and 4. I'm gonna read this scripture. It's 20 Proverbs 20 and 5. It's a counsel in the heart of man is like deep waters, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Okay. Verse 5. It is not good to show favoritism to the wicked, to deprive the righteous of justice. Verse 6. A fool's lip brings contention, and his mouth invites blows. That's funny. I'm gonna read it again. Oh my God. Okay. A fool's lips brings contention, and his mouth invites blows. You know, sometimes people get hit in the mouth because of stuff that they say. Not meaning that, it's not right to hit nobody in the mouth, but I'm just saying from what this verse is saying, that's what I get from it, where it said his mouth invites blows. Verse 7, 18, Proverbs 18, verse 7. It says, a fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Verse 8. Um, the words of a talebearer are like wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. That's people repeating stuff they heard. Um, um, verse Verse 8 is a passage here. It said gossip becomes a part of those who hear and believe it. They don't even know whether it's true or not. They just grab hold to it and just run with it. And that's a tell barrier. Um, Proverbs 18:9. He who is lazy in his work is a brother to him who is a great waster. Um, it's a passage here uh, for what I just read. It said this is true in the things of this world, and true also in the Lord's service. I'm gonna read Proverbs 6:6-11. It says, "Go, go to the ant, you lazy one. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no guide, overseer, or ruler, but arranges for its provisions in the summer and gathers its food in the harvest. How long how long will you sleep, O lazy one?" Let me read it again. I'm gonna read the other, cause I didn't feel I read it right. It said, but arranges for its provision in the summer and gathers its food in harvest. How long will you sleep, O lazy one? When when will you arise from your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, too sleep. So 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 your poverty will come like a traveler, and your scarcity scarcity like an armed armed man. So this is a passage about what I just read. It said there is much about laziness in Proverbs. We learn the character of the lazy man and the results of his laziness in Proverbs 10:26. Hold on, let me see. 10, it said, like vinegar to the teeth and like smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy one to those who sin him. Let me read that again. It said like vinegar to the teeth, and like smoke to the eyes. So is the lazy one to those who sin him. Let's see. Okay. Uh, okay, verse 10, Proverbs 18. It said, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. It's a little passage. It said the name means the person. I don't know. That's 10. Okay. It's saying where it said the name of the Lord means the person. Okay. Verse 11. 18:11 of Proverbs. It said the rich man's wealth is his stronghold, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Okay, and like a high wall in his own imagination. In this little passage of what I just read, it says, they do, so they think they do not need the Lord. And then it said, but see Proverbs 17 and 19. It said, he who loves quarreling loves transgression, and he who exalts his gate seeks destruction. Okay, verse 12 of Proverbs 18. It said, before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Verse 13. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. That is true. So true. Because you answer something that you don't even know what they're gonna say, and it don't even relate to what they saying. You know, in some cases, people might hit it on the head, but majority of the time they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it because they don't know what they're gonna say. 14, uh, 18 and 14 of Proverbs. It said, the spirit of man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit, who can bear it? The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit, who can bear it? Proverbs 18 and 15. The heart of the prudent gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. 15. The heart of the prudent gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Proverbs 18:16. A man's guilt makes room for him and brings him before great men. A man's guilt makes room for him and brings him before great men. That's Proverbs 18 and 16. Proverbs 18 and 17. The first one to present his case seems right until another comes forward and explains it and examines him. Let me read it again. The first one to present his case seems right until another comes forward and examines him. Proverbs 18 and 18. Casting the lot ends disputes. Hold on. Casting the lots ends disputes and decides between the mighty. Verse 19. A brother offended is harder to win than a strong city, and disputes are like the bars of a castle. A brother offended is harder to win than a city, a strong city, and disputes are like the bars of a castle. Verse 20. A man's stomach will be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the harvest of his lips he will be filled. What you say, what you gonna get. A man's stomach will be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the harvest of his lips he will be satisfied. He will be filled. If I'm not mistaken, in another version of the Bible, I believe it says satisfied. Um, what's this? 18. I'm gonna see what it says in this. I think that's King James where it says satisfied. I don't really know, but I believe I read it. 18 and 20. Okay, 18 and 20. From the fruit of a person's mouth, his stomach is satisfied. He is filled with the product of his lips. Yeah, had to make sure, but I know I thought I had read it and it said satisfied. That's where sometimes when I be reading, that's the reason why sometimes I say words that um is not right where I'm reading it is because I done read it in another version. Okay, Proverbs 18 and 21. And I think it's coming close. Yeah, this is 24 verses. 18 and 21. Um, Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it will eat its fruit. That's Proverbs 18 and 21. Proverbs 18 and 22. He who finds a wife finds good and obtains favor from the Lord. And see, like another version, it said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18:23. The poor man uses entreaties, but the rich man answers roughly. The poor man uses entries, entreaties, entries. I think they would. But the rich man answers roughly. 24. A man who has friends may be broken, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. All right. Yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna get off of here. I wanted to catch up on read because yesterday I didn't come on here and read, and I was trying to make sure I was reading in the right spot. Um, I know next will be 20. Anyhow, y'all, again, put my glass on. I say thank y'all for joining the live. And thank you for listening. Um, um, I don't know whether you still on here. Um, well, your name is God of the Freckle Face. No, it don't say freckle face. I'm sorry. Oh my God. It said God of the Faceless. I'm sorry, I said freckle face. Look, uh, what I be, coming on here. I just, whatever God I feel that God is leading me to do. That's what I come on here to do. Right now, I was reading Proverbs 18, and for the last couple of days, I've been coming on reading Proverbs. So, if it be the Lord's will, I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna read Proverbs 19. If uh, if I feel that I'm led to say something pertaining to the verse, then I say something on it. But if I'm not, then I don't say anything. If I come, if even if I come one day and don't have nothing to say, I'm gonna come and read the chapter, and you know that's gonna be there. But if I feel that He giving me something to say to the verse, then I say something to it. Um, I mean, Um, I might come on and read a devotional, because I be reading devotion. I hadn't read a devotional in a long time. I might come on. I might do poetry, because sometimes, and I haven't did that in a long time either. Because when I write the poems, just like God will give it to me through me reading the Bible. And when I read the Bible, it's like um, he'll give me a piece of something, and then I write that down, and it don't just come like something. Now it can, but sometimes it just come by me reading, and then I write down what I get, and then I put that down, and then come back, uh, and he'll give me something else, or you know, it just depends. It depends. Whatever I feel like, you know, I'm led to come on here and talk about this. Um, that's what I'm that's what I'm gonna do. Um, hold on. Okay, okay. Who is it? Dirt bike, dirt bike, dude. 99. You want to shout out? Thank you for joining the live. Thank you. I hope I be done said something that encourage you. That's my whole thing for coming on here, is because to be an encouragement to the people that come on here, and it also encourages me too, because um, just to come and sit and just read, it be helping me. Just to I could read without being on here, which I do, but I don't know. It just I don't know. I don't know. It helps me to just come and just read to y'all. And but sometimes I don't know. It encourages me as well as encourage the next person. But that's what I do. I come on here and just read. Trying to see what's the other. Mm, yeah. Yep. Thank y'all for joining. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to. First it was kind of cool, man. Got kind of hot. Maybe I come be able to come on here and have a conversation. You know, a conversation with somebody. But like I ain't talking about just no any conversation. But you finna go to work. All right, be safe. All right. Well, and that's another thing. Maybe I don't stay on here long enough for somebody to talk because whenever I get finished, I just jumps off the line. But anyway, I'm gonna go and get off of here. I'm gonna go and get off of here, and I'll talk to you. I really want to know who that one person is that be sticking. You be sticking it out with me. I don't know who you are, but thank you for sticking it out because you be sticking it out whoever you are. I don't know how to find out. Oh, to the person that's asked me what content, I also have my guitar that I'm yet trying to learn how to play. I think I'm gonna end up playing. I'm gonna end up getting some more lessons. But yeah, this my guitar, and and I'm I haven't really been practicing much on it, but whenever I do, whenever I do learn how to play this, I'm gonna have me some fun. Fun. Uh, yep, some fun. Just enjoying playing it. You know, I feel like this, like that therapy type stuff. You know, just be able to just get on there and play music. Um, really, all this stuff that I be doing is kind of like, um, you know, helps a whole lot. Anyway, thank y'all for joining. And I'm gonna say good night. I don't know. If it be Lord's will, I'll be back tomorrow to read Proverbs chapter 19. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 19. So all right. And it's like when I be getting off, the people be coming in. Jump right back out, huh? Hold on. Yeah. All right, y'all. I don't know. I might be back just to chat, see who gonna talk or whatever. But as for now, good night.